Family Guy? Family Guy is weird. It's not just an animated show. It's hailed as one of the best shows ever made by a few people. What if there's a dark truth behind Family Guy? Today's episode, we're going to discover that. In the season 17 episode, You Can't Handle the Booth, we see the Griffin family about to do audio commentary for one of their past episodes. Now, normally an animated show like this doesn't happen. This is making it sound like that Family Guy is a show in their universe. Now, in this season 4 episode, the last gag is making fun of SNL, but we still see them on a stage performing like they're live actors on a sitcom. Kinda weird. But do you want to know what's even weirder? Look at this episode.
Is it your line?
No, I don't think so.
I'm sorry, whose line is it?
Cut! That was Peter's line. Where's Peter?
Sorry, I was in my trailer eating fancy nuts and smoking.
All right, everybody, take 5.
This isn't just like a weird, dumb theory anymore. This is canon to the show. Family Guy is a show within the Family Guy universe. We're seeing a show with actors who are supposed to be live action, I assume. Because if we go even farther in the episode, we see that the people around the crew are also animated. This Family Guy universe is so massive that we even have Brian Griffin acting in other movies in universe.
It was a remake of Old Yeller where the dog gets the drop on him and kills him first.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
It's such a trippy episode, but it's a really good episode. We also get to see the entire gang and they talk about the behind the scenes of this show. And I think it's really cool. But it shows them as individual actors. You see, a big part of this episode is that Peter gets fired from the show and he has to do small gigs like in commercials until he eventually comes back. And it's said that this happens every single week. So if all these characters are actors in this world, does that mean that Peter Griffin is the Seth MacFarlane of the Family Guy universe? Now, the answer to that is very confusing. Now, in the beginning of this video, I talked about the season 17 episode, You Can't Handle the Booth. And I talked about how in the beginning it starts as the whole gang doing an audio commentary for that episode. But in the middle of the episode, this happens.
I gotta go find your mother, talk some sense back into her.
No need, Peter. Hi, sorry to interrupt. Seth MacFarlane.
Holy crap, it's the mouse from Sing! I'd recognize your voice anywhere.
Okay, settle down.
Mr. MacFarlane, what are you doing here?
I'm actually here to tell you there's no need to talk sense into Lois, or for a paternity test, or for anyone to leave the show, because none of you are real. You're all TV characters, voiced by me, Alex Borstein, Seth Green, and Mila Kunis.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, everybody.
Wait, what?
Huh? Now this is... I don't even know how to explain it, but it's very, very close to the Alex Bales Pixar theory. And what I mean by that is his theory, even though it's about Pixar, is that all these characters from this media coexist with humans. But the only purpose they have in their lives is to work on this stuff. And if they don't serve that purpose, they get killed off. Which poses one question. In the first episode of season 9, in fact, the first episode in HD for Family Guy, a lot of people died. So in this universe, are they actually dead or are their actors dead? But something even bigger than these people dying. Someone dying in Family Guy that is one of the biggest characters in Family Guy. When Brian Griffin was killed, did the actor Brian die or did the character? And if you saw the thumbnail, you would know that Peter Griffin killed Brian. So let's get into how.
Holy fuck. I'm coming. Lois.
This is Peter Griffin, and he's insane. Someone's saying that he has a video on YouTube called Peter Griffin Killing Kids for 5 minutes. So do you think he would really think twice about killing his own dog? Now, before anyone says, whoa, wait on a second, I say shut up. I'm about to tell you how Peter Griffin killed Brian and how they had to write him out of the show for a few episodes. Now, Brian died in season 12, and season 12 was kind of a low point for the series. It has fallen off of its glory days. And who was the lead in the glory days? Peter Griffin. But season 12, that's more modern, I think, than the old seasons are, like season 3. And one of those big shifts that made it modern was Brian and Stewie kind of taking the main lead role. So naturally, the dumb, overweight dad, Peter Griffin, killed his son's best friend and his former best friend, Brian Griffin. I mean, this is Peter's show. Of course he would kill someone to get the spotlight back. As we see in this episode here, Peter was not originally the main guy in Family Guy. Chris was. Chris was a doctor. But since Peter Griffin ad-libbed that line, who's the main lead now? So when Stewie and Brian are all of a sudden becoming these super famous figures, the spotlight of Family Guy, of course Peter would kill Brian. Now normally, the video would end here. But when Seth MacFarlane was asked why Peter killed Brian, this was his response.
That video leaked. I am so angry. I swear Peter went off script. We had to do that shit so quick.
Seth, what? He just confirmed that he knows Peter. He confirmed that Peter's real. Everything we said in this video has turned out to be real. From that one clip, that's real. So it's been confirmed that Peter killed his own dog, Brian, out of pure jealousy. I can't believe all of this is 100% real and you can't prove it wrong. This is why Family Guy is the most important show in history.